Well,
Nobody walks through this.
we are. They better not. No. Why would
Too
they?
many chairs.
More like somebody will come over and go, "What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Is this a podcast?"
Talk about sports. That's what I want to do. Talk about sports. No, we did a Scarecrow too. No, we didn't.
We wow, you really pulled the one out. This is definitely one of the grosser movies I've seen.
Oh, I agree.
Maybe, I mean, not just in a while, but just in general. Maybe.
Yeah, there's some moments it's like I don't feel right.
It might
watching
go a
this.
little too far.
Yeah,
It might.
it might. I would probably say the moment it would go too far is if they showed penis. That they did not do.
None of
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
Everything else they showed,
None of these Chinese guys would show their penises.
no. They'll show boobs and vagina all day
Who
long.
can see that?
But no.
Cheers, well, at least they knew what to show and
Yeah.
not to show. They know what they were doing. Like, subscribe, check us out, Rumble and YouTube. No More Popcorn.
No more popcorn.
We do reviews in a bar, movie reviews,
Yeah. Subscribe.
and they're short now. They're not an hour and a half long like we used to do.
Yeah. No. We wound it down.
Keep it pithy. We watched the Ebola Syndrome, 1996, Hong Kong made movie.
I'm amazed that they went this far.
This is
They
like
had rules and stipulations.
So right
on this.
before, this is like a few years before China took over Hong Kong again.
Okay. That's
So
what it is.
the censorship wasn't there yet. So
Yeah. So that's probably why they made this. Like, we got to get one last one out.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's going to be this
What's the
one.
guy's name? Herman Yao. Was
Yeah,
the
Herman
director?
Yao's apparently some really big dude.
And there was a guy that was in the movie Hard Boiled. I don't know if it's
Oh.
the main guy.
Yeah.
I don't recognize him. He kind of looks like Matt Berry, Chinese Matt Berry.
Yeah. He does look familiar. I feel like I've seen him in some other
Just-
things that I have, but I'm not sure. I just can't quite put my nose
It's
on
kind
it.
of a
Yeah.
potato face, ugly dude.
He is. He is a dirtbag. This main dude is a dirtbag.
He's disgusting. The movie opens with him banging his boss's wife
Gets caught.
in the most bizarre, awkward. It's like the director of this movie had never actually touched a woman.
No, yeah. He's like
It's so weird.
3 times fast, 2 times slow. Lick my nipple.
Well, I think maybe it's
Yeah.
supposed to be funny because
Right.
maybe
It
it's
did
hard
say
to
on
tell.
the back like dark comedy splatter film.
There is a point when he's bending the two prostitutes over and he pulls a banana out of her
He's like,
ass.
oh, what was it he said? Like, you're saving this.
He's like, "Oh, this is in the way."
Oh, yeah.
He just like throws a banana over his shoulder, which is, I mean, that's bordering on slapstick.
right.
The rest of
Yeah.
the movie is not like that.
No.
But that was definitely intentional
Yes.
comedy.
Yeah.
The rest of it, though, is so bad and weird that it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. I remember what Brian, I want to say Brian had mentioned this to you a while back about the animal being killed in it, that it was real animals.
Yeah.
See some chickens get murdered.
Yeah, so it's really, it's fucked up. I mean, so this guy, he's banging the boss's wife
Yes.
while the daughter's, the little
In the
kid's
other room.
outside. Well,
Yeah,
she's outside at
yes.
first. Dad comes home randomly.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's going on?" She's like, she's with her uncle.
Uncle Kai.
Uncle Kai.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, he's doing it again? What the fuck?"
Red flag number 1.
Yeah.
Like,
Goes in there, starts beating our main dude up.
yeah. I thought he died for a second whenever he busted the glass. He's like, nah, he's just passed out.
Hits him over the head with a
Yeah.
bottle. Beats him up.
Gets onto the wife. It's like, this is what you want?
Yeah.
All right. Piss on him. She pisses on him.
Squats on his face, pisses on him.
And then wakes up. And this is, it just starts out like this. So you're like, where is this going to go from here?
He gets some shears and he's like, "I'm going to cut your dick off." He goes, no, let me do it myself.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't. I have to do it.
You think he's gonna go there, but no, it turns around. Shoves the bottle in the boss's mouth.
I mean, he
thought he
stabs.
did.
He just stabs
Oh,
the
he
shit
stabbed
out of him
him.
with
Okay,
the
yeah.
shear. Yeah, he stabs the boss. Stabs the other guy with him.
Yeah.
He fucking. What does he do with her? He like. Oh, he cuts her tongue out. He
Yes.
has her stick her tongue out. He cuts her tongue out,
Yeah.
and then she just bleeds out.
There's one scene, like one part of that scene, like he gets the mahjong table and just like smashes his neck by jumping on it.
Oh yeah, he
Blood
like
sprays
wedges his head between
Yes,
the
the legs,
folding
yeah.
table thing.
Yeah.
The folding the legs. That's and he's jumping on it. It's very violent. It's
Yeah.
just like blood squirting everywhere. Yeah, and he cuts her tongue out. And then the girl was watching behind the door.
Oh yeah.
He grabs her, and we're like, "Oh God, what's he gonna do?"
Yeah.
He dumps like lighter fluid or gasoline on her.
Yeah.
He's gonna light her on fire, and then the neighbor, whoever is like, "What's going
yeah.
on?" comes in.
Just like I'm just murdering.
Yeah,
And just walks out and he flees to South Africa.
dirtbag runs to South Africa,
Stays there for 10 years.
and this is where everything takes the racist turn.
It is. It's very hard to
You've got.
say what they say.
We can't say.
No,
We won't.
You have to watch it. But it's South Africa in what I assume 1990 something during this time.
And then it says it's
Yeah.
96. So you've got. I think we're still apartheid after South Africa. I think I'm not sure, but anyway, you've got there is because all the cops are white. So yeah,
Yes.
they're most
Yeah.
English guys or whatever, South Africans, whatever. But you've got the Chinese. He's working at a Chinese restaurant. They know he's running from the law in
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
So they pay him dirt cheap.
They-
He lives here.
They hate the white people. They
Yes.
hate the black people. They hate each other.
This raises the question: why'd you all move here to do this? But okay,
This is what
Yeah.
this is what Chinese people do. They move around the world and open restaurants.
yes.
It's- I don't know.
That one girl said, what was it? She didn't like the black dude order her food. I forgot what she said. Some snake
She
skin.
said, "You got a limp snake. I bet you got a limp snakeskin
Yeah.
dick."
Yeah.
To him in Chinese, he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Have a nice meal."
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. So there's a lot of this stuff going on. I mean, he's spitting at people's food.
Yeah.
He's just like, "I hate you people."
yeah.
It's just disgusting. It's gross.
And then, later on after that, like he's the dirtbag Kai. He is listening to his boss have sex with the boss's wife, and
Another very weird sex
It
scene.
is. I guess they were going tantric stuff. I don't know. It's not a lot of thrusting.
It's
It's a lot of just
very intense faces
Yes.
and a lot of leaning back
Yeah.
and leaning. I don't, but I mean, still a lot of naked women in this movie.
yes,
Definitely.
plenty of boobs to go around. But yeah, the guy ends up fucking a raw piece of meat and coming in it, listening to it.
He goes to the kitchen,
Ugh.
gets meat.
cuts open a slit. And he's like, "Yeah, that's about right."
That's about all I need.
Yeah.
Little complain about that.
Ugh. And then saves it for later.
Puts it back amongst the other meat for the
Yeah.
restaurant.
Oh my god, it's so gross.
Yeah, it was really gross. This movie is just gross. Everything's gross. They want to buy cheaper meat because the white guy won't give a discount.
Yes.
So they're like, we're gonna go out to the savannah.
To find some tribesmen
We're
to.
gonna find the Zulu tribe. They go to the Zulu tribe.
Yes.
They get out there and there's like people laying out dying from Ebola. They've got sores on them, and the people are doing this like it's like they're having kind of they're
Like-
doing a ceremony. They're praying over them, doing
Yeah.
a thing.
They start spitting chicken blood on them.
This is where you see the chicken murder, real ass chicken murder. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Let me back up. We also saw him chop up some live frogs.
Yeah.
Just fucked up. Me being a frog lover, I used to have a bunch of frogs. I used to keep tree frogs. I had all kinds of stuff. But yeah, he chopped live frogs up. It was gross. But even worse is the
Yes.
chicken dance thing they did.
Just bring them around to the witch doctor, and they cutting off the heads.
They would stretch the chicken out, and he would just take the machete,
Yeah.
chop through, and then they were spraying the blood on the sick people,
Yeah.
right? Until the final one, where he literally rips that chicken's head off. He rips its head off, and then is like
Sucks the
squirting,
blood.
sucking the blood out. I mean, it's real.
Yeah.
They are doing it.
Yeah.
And then he's just spraying all over himself. I'm like, goddamn.
Ugh.
I hope they paid these people enough for what the fuck they're
They
doing.
probably didn't. I don't think they did.
Yeah.
But so what was it? So that they get the pork.
They get
from
2
the-
whole pigs for
Yes.
$300
$300
from the
yes.
tribe. The pigs that are laying right next to the dead Ebola bodies. Yeah. Yeah.
And then old Kai, he's driving. Boss falls asleep in the car on the ride back in the Savannah or Sahara Desert, with whatever it is. And what was it? Kai wanders off because he's mad.
Yeah, he
He's like,
crashes
"Fuck
the
you."
truck.
Yes.
He gets mad.
And then, yeah, he gets mad. The boss is trying to fix the truck. He's like, fine, go get ate by crocodiles or whatever. I don't care. And he finds this African lady,
Naked,
falls over, naked,
black woman.
dying of Ebola.
He's just like, oh, she got tired.
Yeah, she got tired and decides, I'm going to have my way with this woman
He's
here.
like, wow, she has huge tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he fucks her while she's dying.
Yes, and then she starts seizing up, and then he loses it and just bashes her head in.
Yeah, he bashes her head in. Yeah, with a rock. Just because.
Yeah, just because.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah,
It's
it
pretty
is.
gross.
It's pretty bad.
You see her like caved in head and shit.
Yes, and the eyeball. And everything.
Yeah.
It
So he gets Ebola.
yes.
And he gets back, he gets sick, but the thing is, he gets better. And this is what they're saying is like,
Oh, the super spreader.
yeah, he's the super spreader now. So he just can spread it to anybody.
Yes.
His bodily fluids. And the thing is, this guy's a rapist fucking murderer.
Yes. They made sure when they talked about this, like it can be spread through spit, blood, snot, semen.
Semen.
They made sure.
It can't be just it can't be spread through semen.
Could just say bodily fluids.
Yeah.
We would get the point.
Yeah,
We
he's back at his boss's place and he's sick and they're figuring out that it's just really bad.
Yeah.
And the boss's wife she's saying, let's dump his body somewhere. I hate this guy anyway.
Yeah, he's laying on the bed. He's got like the flu-like symptoms. He's got a fever going on. He's out. She's like, you gotta dump him. I'm tired of him.
Yeah.
And he's like, you gonna dump me? Nah. And he's,
One of us is dying. And It's
Yes.
going to be you. He gets up all of a sudden and just like, I mean, he's just raping her. He just bends her over the table.
boss comes in, and he is a very big fan of the phrase "busting my balls." He's like, I'll show you for busting my
Busting my balls.
and a rape and murder for busting my
He
balls.
So he fights his boss, beats him up, and then his head is like out the double doors.
Yes.
And then so he's like trying to pull his body into the building, and then he decapitates him.
Yes.
So he pulls his decapitated corpse back into the restaurant, and then the wife, who's still tied up, naked, sitting on the stairs, he's like, all right, what were we doing?
Yeah.
And he just goes back to doing. He goes back to raping her.
He's like, lick my nipples and stuff. And then, and then, did he murder her, or did she end up getting a bolt? I'm trying to remember.
Is he the one he sucked her eyeball out?
Yes. Yeah, he sucked her eyeball.
He fucking sucks her eyeball out of her skull.
Yes.
And chews it up, spits it out.
Man's got game.
Yeah,
I
right.
think it's suck an eyeball out.
This guy is
Imagine
one
what
of
he
the
could do
grossest, most
downtown.
evil characters. Because he's just.
He's not likable at all, but he's the main person of this movie. Is how I
He
feel.
is,
Because
yeah.
the daughter grows up and she has like very little thing because she she's grown up and she gets flashbacks of him at that Chinese restaurant in
Right.
South Africa, and you think, okay, maybe she's gonna do something, but no, it's just like, I feel sick because I remember the smell. And
Yeah.
it's him.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
that woman, he killed her by dropping like a table like this onto her neck,
Oh yeah.
slamming
Okay.
it down on her
Yes.
neck. But he might have also sucked her eye out. I don't know. Maybe that
No,
was
I think,
another
yeah,
woman.
she did both. He
He
did
did
both.
suck
to
yeah,
that
and
one.
then he
Yes.
took the table.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that was dark. It was just like, ugh.
Overkill.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, you already diminished her enough there by killing her husband in front of her and raping her and sucking her eyeball out. So maybe he was trying to be merciful. I don't know. Maybe that was his only thing of showing
Yeah.
mercy. I don't know.
But then he chops them up and turns them into hamburger.
Hamburgers. These people are fine getting hamburgers from this Chinese restaurant.
He's like, it's a special today. Every business opens next day, and he's
try
feeding.
this out, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's great."
It's just
Great.
like it's so messed up. So everybody gets Ebola
Yes.
because he does this.
And then, he finds the boss's money and flees to Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Goes back to where he murdered those 3 people.
living large.
Yes.
He gets some prostitutes.
Yes.
Infects them.
Yes. I did like he was at a nice hotel and he called for prostitutes. They're like, I need
They're
some
like,
chicks.
we don't do that.
Yeah. You want Thai chicken? No.
This is where
Yeah.
the banana scene happens.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because every time this guy, anytime this guy fucks a woman, it's like,
Yeah, it's so quick. It's so quick.
And this is why I think this has to be comedic.
Right.
It's got to be because he's just like, he's acting crazy. He's like, ah!
He just can't handle.
He's like, get out.
can't handle them tight walls. Like that.
Who's been jerking off and fucking meat?
Yeah, I mean cold meat at that. He didn't even warm it up at least.
Oh, which he did then later on serve to one of the customers.
Yes.
Yeah, we forgot.
Yes.
A complaining
Yes.
customer, we forgot he served that.
Ordered some sort of pork and
Yeah.
wanted a different sort of pork, and he's like, give him this. This will be
Some
good."
American Pie vibes
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
And then he brings it back to Hong Kong. He goes to one of his old girlfriends that got married and had a kid. But the husband's a heroin addict, I guess.
He just pays him off and he's like, you're my family now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you, paid $3,000 and a bottle of beer.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this is great. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he starts to spread Ebola around Hong Kong now
Yes.
too. So then it's this thing. To me, this is where the movie kind of gets boring a little bit because it's just you've got some cops and they're trying to figure out what's going on. The fucked up stuff kind of stops.
Yes. After they run over the mouse.
They're like, we have to. Ran over. Run them. They're like, we have to resolve this story somehow.
Right.
We got to bring in the cops, and they're chasing him down, and he just eventually it ends up with him just spitting at cops.
Yes.
Running away. He's got the girl. He killed the mom.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the girl dies from being choked or strangled to death by him running around.
He's just, I'm going to affect everybody. He ran it. He gets cut in the arm and he gets shot and he's sucking the blood out and spit it into random people's faces.
And the cops are wearing like the hazmat suits.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, we got an idea. We got to trank him. We got to shoot him with tranquilizer, put him to sleep, get him in. They shoot him with a tranquilizer dart, and he's like, dirty cops. And then he cuts like that piece of his arm
He just
off.
like digs in and cuts a chunk of his arm off. He's like, I'm fine. Which a dog ends up eating later and infecting a girl at the end of the movie.
Sharing some food with the girl, and the dad's like, yeah, share your food with this dog. Like, it's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they finally catch up. The cops catch up with them in this chase. And this is such a funny ending scene, how they take him out. He gets set on fire.
Yes.
He's running away. He's been on fire a while. I mean, he's just running.
He is running through town on fire.
Yeah, he's setting other people on fire. Other things. It's just still running. He runs out into the street. Gets hit by a car in a very funny way. And then these, like one or two cops, as soon as he gets by the car, these cops run up and they just like pump bullets into his body on the street.
They were neutralizing the threat.
Yeah, it was so funny. But we're yes, this is what needs to happen.
Yes, make sure.
Pump more, yeah, shoot him more. Yeah, it's just like
this man does not need to exist anymore.
no.
Terrible human being.
Thanos would just be like, oh
No, this is too much. No. I'll snap one more time.
Yeah.
Figured that would have happened first. All right, you want to get into scores?
Yeah.
Then? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel really good about this movie just because it was so out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to give it. Honestly, I'm probably going to say a 5, just because of how out there and wacky this shit is. A lot of parts of it was very funny to me. I'm kind of glad that they went that far with it. I'm surprised this isn't like a more of a well-known movie, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah. For how messed up it is.
Yes, for how messed up it is, because it is up there.
Yeah.
I mean, let alone even if they didn't have the actual killing of animals in this, just still with that dirtbag doing the things he did, and it's a different twist too of a movie where the main character he's not a good guy. He's just a dirtbag.
There's nothing redeeming.
Yes, there's nothing redeeming at all.
No. There's no sympathy to be had.
I mean, the only good thing is he died, but sadly, Ebola still is carrying on.
Right. Yeah, he still did.
But you're still glad dude's dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Definitely 5. I mean, it's crazy. It's definitely fucked up and messed up. And if you can't handle gross shit, then don't watch this. There's a lot. There's other things we haven't. There's a lot that happened that we haven't even gotten.
You'll have to watch it to see.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of slow down once he gets back to Hong Kong because of the cop stuff of them finding him, and he's. But even so, it's still. Say if you're into messed up shit, it's definitely
this is up there with.
It's definitely up there
with that list. It definitely needs to be on the list of all the gory, messed up horror films.
Yeah. So it's you just got to know what you're in for.
Right.
Don't show it to anybody that's sensitive about anything.
Yeah, my wife missed a good majority of it.
She missed the good shit, and then they even came in and was
like, no, I don't like this. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Ebola Syndrome.
Ebola Syndrome. I think it's on Vinegar Syndrome only.
If you're into this shit, it's worth getting.
It's worth getting, yeah. I know Vinegar Syndrome is about to come out with like their streaming service, apparently. Maybe on there. I don't know. I don't work for them. But, yeah, still, remember, like, subscribe. We're on Rumble and YouTube.
It is.
Yeah. Ebola Syndrome.